General Kenobi, General Kenobi, General Kenobi, General Kenobi, you are a bold one. Welcome to I Can't Even News. I am your host TL Hirsch, bringing you all the latest happenings that are definitely made up. After a particularly vicious breakup, a jealous ex comes crawling back after realizing that they actually needed their partner to survive. Pictured here. The EU has constantly disparaged the UK and its attempts to develop a vaccine for COVID-19. Now the EU finds itself desperately in need of the UK vaccine to prop up its own lagging supplies. When asked why the UK had access to the COVID-19 vaccine faster than the EU, Conservative MP and Minister of Health Edward Arger said they should have subscribed to Amazon Prime. In response to the pleas of the EU, Boris Johnson will send millions of vaccines to Dover on the south coast, where they will be immediately melted down and reformed into a giant middle finger pointing towards continental Europe. Health news. COVID-19 continues to be the most dangerous disease to have ever stalked the face of the planet, which to date has killed over 7 billion people worldwide. Via the use of swab testing, China has located COVID in the anus of hosts, where it has been reported that it can live for even longer than in the respiratory system. The World Health Organization has suggested the wearing of COVID plugs to prevent the spread of the disease. Dr. Fauci has come out and claimed that while one plug is 75% successful at blocking the disease, 2 plugs is 90% effective. This has prompted various people to take to social media, showing pictures of themselves wearing 2 COVID plugs, saying, "I wear 2 COVID plugs because I care about other people and keeping them safe. People who only wear 1 COVID plug, or none at all, are literally killing people." Social media news. Dangerous purveyors of fake news are allowed to run rampant and unfact-checked on YouTube while making money from their hate speech. The organization in question, pictured here, has made such dangerous and false claims as the UK destroying COVID-19 vaccines to craft a hate symbol aimed at the European Union, COVID-19 having killed 7 billion people worldwide, Joe Biden having genocided the female half of humanity, and Donald Trump's state execution being planned, as opposed to being the inevitable and totally natural outcome of his also unplanned and organic in nature arrest and trial. None of these obviously false claims have been fact-checked, as can be clearly seen by the lack of information box beneath the videos in question. Clear evidence that YouTube is not doing enough to stop dangerous far-right authoritarian fascist white supremacist Nazi extremists from radicalizing people online. We reached out to the organization in question for comment on their dangerous peddling of misinformation.
At this point in time, I have no idea what YouTube is doing. Even videos posting factual information backed up by reputable third-party sources get fact-checked if they're not mainstream media or partisan left in nature. Effectively, it's YouTube calling its users liars, or at the very least implying that they're not trustworthy. All this has really done is prove that YouTube is absolutely A-OK with fake news as long as it leans in a certain direction.
The person in question was immediately banned from all social media for inciting violence, and a warrant is out for his arrest. American political news. Time magazine posts an expose on what they call a secret bipartisan conspiracy carried out by a shadowy cabal to influence the outcome of recent US presidential elections. Time magazine author Molly Ball wrote, "This is the inside story of the conspiracy to save the 2020 election, based on access to the group's inner workings, never-before-seen documents, and interviews with dozens of those involved from across the political spectrum. Every attempt to interfere with the proper outcome of the election was defeated," says Ian Basin, co-founder of Protect Democracy, a non-partisan rule-of-law advocacy group. "But it's massively important for the country to understand that it didn't happen accidentally. The system didn't work magically. Democracy is not self-executing. That's why the participants want the secret history of the 2020 election told, even though it sounds like a paranoid fever dream. A well-funded cabal of powerful people, ranging across industries and ideologies, working together behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change rules and laws, steer media coverage, and control the flow of information. They were not rigging the election, they were fortifying it." Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I just need to check something with the producers. Hey, so I'm reading through this, and this is just me telling people things that actually happened. Like, this is supposed to be a news satire or parody show, right? I mean, there's no visual jokes that go along with this bit, just actual information from a reputable news source naming names and organizations of things involved in a conspiracy to influence an election. Like, there's no punchline to this bit. What's the joke? Beyond satire, really? Like, all I'm hearing is, this is episode 3 and we've already run out of ideas. Like, who have you even got in that writing room? Like, we could have got someone good. Could have got Seth MacFarlane, could have got Seth Green, could have got Seth Rogen, Seth Gillian, any of the Seths, they're all good. But no, you had to go with that weird-smelling no-name neckbeard because he was willing to do it for the low price of a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and a photograph of our makeup girl's feet. Alright, okay, yeah, fine, okay, we'll cut that bit out in the edit then. Thank you for joining me for I Can't Even News, the realest fake news you'll ever hear. And remember, if the news ain't teal, it ain't real. Good night.